Hello everyone. Today we will see our second assignment or second experiment, study of comparators. So in study of comparators, we will basically see a mechanical comparator for which we have a comparator stand, we have dial indicators and we have a slip gauge box. So let us start with this. Before actually going to the setup, I will show you the types of dial gauges which are used for different setup of comparators. This one is a lever type dial indicator. What it does have is it have a lever and a display, and this is a plunger type comparator. It have a plunger, so when we press a plunger it will deflect the pointer. So with help of these two dial indicators, variety of comparator setups can be built. We typically have a simple mechanical comparator setup in which we have a comparator stand. So this is a comparator stand. It have an arrangement to keep the component, a small table type structure, and it have arrangement to keep a dial indicator. So dial indicator can be clamped from this upper side, and with this setup we can measure different components. As we know, comparators basically are used when we need to check components in mass production. So for this purpose we have to set comparator for 0 first, and then we are supposed to take the measurements. In this experiment we are going to measure height of this component, that is distance from this to this place. So we have many such components, and for this purpose we are going to set a comparator for a standard height. Before that we will just measure it with help of a vernier. So rough height of this component is 24.66. So now for 24.66 we will build a slip gauge setup. In our lab we have a M88 slip gauge box. This is particularly a 0 grade slip gauge box. M88 means we have 88 slip gauges in this box. In M87, whatever slips we have, only in addition to that 100 mm slip is available in M88 slip gauge box. The slips are arranged from this 1.005, one slip is available, and from 1.001 to 009, 9 slips are there. 1.01 to 1.49, 49 slips are there. 0.5 to 9.5, 19 slips are there, and 10 to 100, 10 slips are there. So likewise total 88 slips are available, and with these slips we are going to measure the height of component. So as I mentioned earlier, the height of component is 24.66. So for this I will make a combination. I will choose 1.16 slip first, 3.5 and then 20. So total 3 slips are there we are going to use. So I will take 20 mm slip first, (1.16) and 3.5. So these slips we are going to assemble. So I have selected these 3 slips, 20, 3.5 and 1.16. All the slips should be cleaned with help of a cotton. So clean it in this fashion without handling them on the measuring faces. This is very essential to keep the accuracy of slip gauge. So once you clean the slip gauge, slips are kept like this, slide, then slightly rotate and twist. So they will get adhered to each other. So this is called as a ringing of slip gauge. This becomes one block, so 23.5. So this is 23.5, and over this I will again keep a slip of 1.16. So keep it like this, rotate and then twist. So these slips will become a one combination. Next part, what we have to do is we have to keep it. This is the component I am going to inspect, and this is our slip gauge. Now this slip gauge will behave as a masterpiece for this particular comparator setup. We have a simple mechanical comparator over here in which a component is kept on this and dial is mounted on the upper face. So first of all my task is to set 0 with help of this comparator. So what I will do is, I will move the dial indicator on the slip gauge like this, apply slight pressure, and then I will lock it into position. So locking knob is provided at this position. After that what you are supposed to do is you have to rotate this bezel to adjust the 0 of this. So I can just rotate this bezel and I will lock it into position. So now it is at 0 position. So our next task is I will remove the slip gauge. I have made a combination of 24.66 and simply I will keep a component at this. When I keep the component under this comparator, what has happened is this dial indicator has not reached to 0. So this is just 3 divisions before 0. So this indicates that the component height is not 24.66 but it is less than 24.66. When it comes to 0, it is exactly 24.66. If it goes beyond 0, it is plus, and if it is before 0, it is minus. So this component is undersized by an amount equal to 3 divisions. So 3 divisions on dial indicator means our set size was 24.66 and 3 divisions on dial indicator is nothing but 3 into 0.1, that is 0.03 mm. So I will subtract this value from the set dimension. So 24.63 mm is the dimension of component. This is second component we are measuring. We have done the same procedure. We have set this to previous value 24.66. It is not necessary to set the comparator every time. Once you set a comparator, you can check 50, 100 and 150 number of components. So I am checking the second component with the same setup. So I have kept the component here. Now if you do observe, the dial indicator has moved after 0, that is after 0 4 divisions. So it indicates that component is oversized by 4 divisions. 4 divisions on dial indicator means 4 multiplied by 0.1, that is 0.4 mm. So I should add this value to my set reading. So 24.66 plus 0.04, that is 24.70 mm is the reading of this component.